Welcome back, students. Yesterday we have started with the story, that is article number 3, OYO Reinventing Hospitality, where we have seen that how Ritesh Agrawal has created a full blown venture as such. Okay, so he had a thought to create a new strategy in this hospitality world, and he has created the history. Okay, so today we would start this short story. We were in the middle of the short story, and now we'll see how this birth of OYO at the age of 70 has managed by him. Okay, so Ritesh backpacked and stayed across at over 100 bed and observed what are the lacunas are there. Okay, and he rectified all the lacunas and presented a new venture, that is the birth of OYO. Okay, and he has managed to get maximum investment across the India, and has put forth this new venture as such. Okay, so motivated to provide millions of middle income travelers with comfortable stays was a prime objective. So what was the basic objective of, like, to provide a good quality living place for the basically the focus was unbranded hotel as such. Okay, so his concentration was that how can I make the changes so that the people will get a maximum satisfaction, and they will be attracted towards his the hotel as such. Okay, so then Ritesh launched his first venture, a platform for listing budget accommodation, only to conclude that discovery alone will not solve this problem. He realized that the hospitality and real estate are broken categories. So it wasn't that there were so many real estates were there. Okay, there were so many accommodation where there existed, but what was the problem they were not quality spaces as such. Okay, and even in terms of location there wasn't availability. Okay, for example, if person has to stay at a particular place, and if he has not got a particular the place at that location, so he would compromise with the quality, and he would go to any local hotels as such. So he has pointed out these things, he has rectified these things, and he has managed to provide all the facility nearby. Okay, so in every location it was that it will be provided. Okay, so he realized this hospitality and real estate are broken categories, and there exists a huge disconnect between demand and supply of quality living spaces, forcing travelers and city dwellers to compromise on location, quality and price. Okay, so it wasn't like this, it was like he rectified these three things: what? Location, quality and price. Okay, it should be affordable to the common public. Okay, and as well as it should be available to every location as such. Okay, for example, if your executive stay is there, so you will have to remain nearby to that office. Okay, and there can be the a stay for various reason. If you want to spend holiday, so you will have to see any place where the tourist places are there. So all these things he has observed it, and has provided with these multiple amenities over there. Okay, and further to this, in 2013 he launched OYO Hotels and Homes with a promise of delivering predictable, affordable and good quality stay experiences for travelers. So by leveraging best-in-class technology and hiring the right talent, he built a first of its kind tech-driven hospitality business model globally. Okay, so it wasn't like this. The idea was his, but he has influenced the people and has collected a best of best talent. Okay, and he has got different asset owners as well, and he convinced them to invest in this particular venture, and he has managed to build a team. Okay, because when you want to excel in any field, no, it is essential for you to build up people like you. Okay, because only one man cannot solve anything. Okay, you need a support, you need a social support as well, and for that you should have the leadership quality, you should have the convincing power as well. Okay, and how can you build? Just because of right way of communication. Okay, if your communication skill is good, you can convince the people, and you can be surrounded with the people those who can work for you. Okay, for example, if you take an example of Shivaji Maharaj and any like a great warrior, no, you will find that just because of their talent they were not having the so much because they were having a power to convince the people, and they were surrounded with the people those who can sacrifice lives for them. Okay, so these things are essential. Okay, because Ritesh was selected, and then Ritesh selected for prestigious Thiel Fellowship in USA created by legendary entrepreneur Peter Thiel. Okay, and Ritesh also became the first Asian to win a $1 lakh grant from this because he was a middle class, but just because of his talent and the way he has the right kind of aptitude got him a very prestigious scholarship where he got all the strategies that how can I get a success in this particular field. Okay, the mentorship and learning from fellowship were easily at par with the best business schools, thereby allowing Ritesh to learn the nuances of business entrepreneurship while actually following his dream. Okay, so there he learned all the nuances of business, because when you want to conquer somebody, no, you will have to observe his weak points. Okay, so what are the lacunas are there, what are the weak points are there, and then you will have to just focus on that weak points, and you will have to create something new, that this is something that the demerits are there, and how can I work on it, and how can I provide a good quality spaces. This was something that he did, and you should be also focusing on like these skills. Okay, so his experience as Thiel Fellow in Silicon Valley was pivotal in shaping his idea of startup ecosystem. Being directly mentored by Peter Thiel was an invaluable experience for him, and upon returning to Delhi, Ritesh single-mindedly focused on building, scaling Oyo hotels and homes with the belief that everyone deserves a beautifully designed, chic and comfortable living space, and everyone deserves a better life. So his like a basic objective was that everyone deserves a good quality life. Okay, and that was his prime objective. So you should be focusing on the things that you should set see this, like if you have attitude, no, there is a proverb, kid, the child is the father of man. Okay, so that skill, no, when you have it, you should be just continuing with that. Okay, so that behavior should look yeah, this is the man can conquer the world and has a right kind of attitude. Okay, so this way he has pursued his career, and he followed it, and he understood all the nuances of business, and then he started. Okay, this is not something ki randomly you have thought and you are just implementing it. As I told you, no, when you think about something and when you implement it, you will come up with the real ground realities. Okay, and when you implement it, you will understand that these are the lacunas, and by that procedure you will learn a lot. Okay, this is something you should follow, ki just thinking a lot about thing, no, overthink sometimes kills you. So you shouldn't be thinking, if you have a thought, you should be executing it, and you will come up with the real difficulties, and then you can solve these difficulties. This is something you should understand. and then you understand the growth of OYO hotels and homes over the year. So he has set a particular target ki within 5 years I have to follow this procedure, and this will be my objective, and I will be following it. And like this you should be following in your life as ki after 5 years I will be here, after 10 years I will be here. Okay, so if that you will follow, no, then there can be the improvement as it. Okay, so growth of OYO within a 10 years has changed it completely. So starting with the one hotel in Gurugram, OYO today has a portfolio of fully operated real estate comprising more than 43,000 hotels with over 1 million rooms across 80 countries. Okay, so see, when we have started with the story, no, I told you ki it was as just a small idea, and eventually it turns out to be a big full blown venture as such. Okay, why? If that person would have killed that idea, if the person wouldn't have pursued that idea, though it wouldn't have been created. Okay, so these are the, for example, if Sachin Tendulkar wouldn't have focused on his cricket skills, no, if he would have thought that cricket is something that cannot be pursued, that cannot be made into career, so he wouldn't have become a big personality as such. Okay, so every career, no, if you think about it ki I can be the best, I can excel into this field, so you shouldn't be underestimating yourself, and you shouldn't be letting others to decide that what can be the best for you. Okay, even if the career has a limitation, no, but if you are best in it, you will surely will going to shine in this field. Okay, so this should be your attitude, because you can understand that over a middle class person who has no capital, who has no money, okay, but with his ideology, with his right talent, how he has convinced the people to invest in his company, and now his company, you can see ki that has created into a big blown venture, and has 43,000 hotels with over 1 million rooms across 80 countries. And if you will find the latest updates ki even in China, OYO has a top 5 brand. Okay, it is in the list of top 5 brand. Okay, so it is not limited in only India now. Okay, so international. So if you have that attitude, no, if you have a right kind of mindset, if you follow the technology, if you will see ki what are the implicit behavior of the particular customer, and when you get to know ki these are the things that you can explore over, so obviously the success will come to you. So excellence should be the prime objective, the success will come to you. Okay, when you go for the any job interview, no, your main motive is that ki I am excellent in my thing. Okay, and the job obviously will go to you. Okay, this should be the attitude. Okay, so the hospitality world, no, he has changed it completely by bringing its unique proposition of combining design, hospitality, technological expertise, financial acumen, and operational capabilities to real estate owners around the world. And OYO is giving them the ability to get a higher return on investments, access easy financing opportunities, transform their hotels, and offer good quality customer service, and thereby significantly increasing occupancy and profitability in every OYO building. Okay, for example, if you are convincing the people ki this is the company where you should invest your asset, and when the people are investing, no, obviously if they are getting returns, so customer will be attracted, because it has formed a chain now, and everybody everywhere in every place you will find that ki there are the places of OYO. Okay, so this has been made into existence just because of right technology, with the right strategy, okay, with the right mindset as well. Okay, so by May 2050, OYO grew to become a largest budget hotel chain in India. OYO revolutionized the fragmented and legacy-driven budget hospitality space by empowering small and independent asset owners with operational capabilities and technology. Okay, so before that, during those days, there were like a legacy driven budget hospitality. Okay, so there were like the ancestral patterns business were there, and it was like carry forward to another, and they were just doing it passively. But this man has created from zero to something, no. And when you create something from zero, no, you will get to know ki, yeah, the when you spend so much time, no, when the depth of struggle is so much, no, the you can understand the height of your success will be like this only. Okay, if the depth is intense, the intensity of success will be high. Okay, this you should be understanding from this key. When you spend something, when you are doing the right kind of things, no, so automatically you will get success. So yeah, so this further enables them to compete with the big hotel chains, achieve high companies, and therefore yields. Okay, and by leveraging its technology and operational capabilities, OYO acquired assets, renovated them to bring up to OYO standards, ensured seamless management of property, revenue, pricing, day-to-day guest experiences. So he has changed the all traditional concepts. Okay, so there were like you will find ki this is something that he has done ki revenue, pricing, day-to-day guest experiences has been completely changed by him. Okay, so this is something you will understand, and used as an omni-channel distribution strategy. Okay, so if omni-channel strategy means it is available on online mode, it is available on offline mode, in every mode there are the availability. Okay, and if you will make your product available to, see, as I told you ki in marketing strategy, even if you have, for example, you should not be focusing on your quality only, how you present it, no, that should be taken in out. So availability, no, he has rectified it, and there was like omni channel, everywhere it was available. Okay, so when you make it available, obviously you will get a maximum, and then obviously if you are not providing it, no, so how can the word mouth will say, obviously, and then you can grab the attention. One of the key learnings at the Thiel Fellowship was to surround yourself with the smartest people. Imbibing this practice, Ritesh focused on onboarding not only the best talent but individuals with entrepreneurial zeal. Okay, so he has pointed out the different lacunas. Okay, and he has a right kind of attitude to make the world in a different way, and he has pointed out that there can be the person like me, and he has observed them, and then he convinced them to come up with his business. Okay, and then with the team efforts, no, they have made into a big blown venture. Okay, so with OYO, Ritesh was creating 100% made in India business model, and first of its kind worldwide. However, there were certain challenges. Obviously, when you do something, no, when you go from your comfortable zone, there will be challenges. Okay, and when you have different challenges, you will learn a lot, and thereby you can get a huge success. So in the first year, everyone thought of the OYO as a real estate business, which made it difficult for Ritesh and his team to onboard engineers. Ritesh was a young entrepreneur, which didn't help either, because obviously when you are young and when you are starting something, the people will be obviously skeptic about it, will it work or not. But he has convinced them and persistent to hire the best talent. He would fly down to Bangalore and pursued engineers that OYO is a technology driven company, and then fly back within 3-4 engineers. Okay, so what he did actually, he was deliberately going there and was trying to convince them to come up with him. Okay, and he was kind of a person who can influence other with the communication skill, and then he was key 3-4 engineers he was daily taking from that company, and he convinced them that this is the company you should be investing on, because it is a technology driven company. Okay, and then gradually a team of very talented OYO entrepreneurs was built. So there were obviously there was a person who has same kind of attitude, who was same kind of a talent, who was same kind of entrepreneur zeal like him, and then eventually it turns out to be a big blown, because this is something when you find in a traditional company, the people often go for recommendation. Okay, this is if I am a owner of the company, okay, my brother is there and I will hire him for that job, even if he is having that capability or not, that is not my thing. So if you will follow that kind of mentality, obviously you won't get any kind of response, and you won't create history, because history will, for that you will have to choose a people like you. Okay, there should be, because talent has no substitute. Okay, even if you have kind of a thought, you need talented people to work on it. Okay, and this is something it cannot be created within a one day. You will have to observe it, and you will have to make. So this is the time where you can work on your soft skills, and you can turn out to be a talented person. Okay, because ultimately if you want to create a history, there should be a kind of right mindset. Okay, this is not something just because of destiny you got something and I'll start my business and I will create a history. This will not going to happen. Okay, so miracle won't happen with the person who does not deserve that one. Okay, there should be deserving persons should be there, and then there is a possibility that you can create something new. Okay, so this is very important, because when he had thought, he hadn't gone for the things that were simple. Okay, he had gone for a thing that is best, and then he tried for the Peter Fellowship scholarship, and then he got selected for it, and then he was surrounded with the people, those who have right kind of a mindset. Okay, and obviously just because of them he got to know the different nuances of business, and then he imbibed it, and then he rectified all these things, and then he incorporated that things in the business world. And just because of this, OYO has turned out to be a big brand in not only the India but in entire world as such. Okay, so gradually a team of very talented OYO-preneurs was built, and in OYO early days asset owners were slightly reluctant, obviously, because they were all skeptic. One man who has no maturity at all and starting a business. Okay, so everybody will be reluctant, because nobody wants their asset to be spoiled, okay, to be ruined. So everybody was careful about it, and then eventually he convinced them. Asset owners were slightly reluctant to associate themselves with the startups, and as a business model was, because that business model was completely new, untested, but just because of his convincing attitude, just because of his perseverance power, he has managed it. Okay, because even if failures are there, you shouldn't be demotivated with the things, but you should be taking as a challenge, and you should understand that what are the lacunas that are there in me, what are the drawbacks are there, and how can I rectify these drawbacks, and how can I eventually turn out to be a successful man. That should be attitude, because with the challenges you will see the new world, and when you defeat the challenges, the success when you get a success, that success is altogether different than when you get a success by destiny. Okay, this should be your attitude, because he has created the world when he has nothing in his life. Okay, this is something very important. You should make the history without having no asset, without having no capital. This is something you should be taking from this short story. Okay, so we are in the middle of the short story again, and I guess in tomorrow's session we would be covering it. Okay, so meanwhile I will wind up for today's session. Okay, thank you.